is Councilwoman Blackwell, who will present a citation recognizing Mrs. Juanita Jones Abernathy. Would Ms. Abernathy and those accompanying her please join the Councilwoman at the podium? And joining the Councilwoman, we have Councilwoman Reynolds Brown, Councilwoman Parker, Councilman Jones, and Councilman Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. City Council, City of Philadelphia citation, honoring and recognizing. Is Minister Muhammad up here with us? Okay. Honoring and recognizing Mrs. Juanita Jones Abernathy. The Council of the City of Philadelphia is pleased and proud to honor and recognize Mrs. Juanita Jones Abernathy as a civil and human rights pioneer and legend. Whereas Mrs. Juanita Jones Abernathy is the lone survivor from day one who was at the forefront of the creation of the American Civil Rights Movement. The youngest of 8 children, she earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Education at Tennessee State University. In 1952, she married her first boyfriend, Ralph David Abernathy. How you like that? I'm telling you. The pastor of the First Baptist Church of Montgomery, the Dean of Men at Alabama State University, and a professor of sociology and mathematics at the college, whom she met on the campus of Selma University College Preparatory School, where she was matriculating when he visited the campus while at home on furlough from World War II. And can't believe it.
She's still giggling. Yes. That's love. Whereas in 1955, Ralph David Abernathy organized the Montgomery Black Ministers, organized a boycott, and issued the first call for the creation of the Civil Rights Movement when Rosa Parks was arrested. From Montgomery to Memphis, the Abernathy home was the meeting place for strategic planning with Dr. King, Reverend Abernathy, and other leaders. Mrs. Abernathy hosted at her house the Freedom Riders in their home, where Reverend Abernathy, Dr. King, and John Lewis held the press conference announcing the continuation of the Freedom Ride after the riders were assaulted and trapped overnight, with mass meetings participating in Reverend Abernathy's First Baptist Church. And
whereas Mrs. Abernathy and 3 of her 5 children participated in the following: the March on Washington, led the Selma to Montgomery March for the Right to Vote, the Mississippi James Meredith March, the Chicago marches where they were tear gassed, the Memphis March, the Poor People's Campaign March, and the Charleston Hospital Workers' Strike marches. After the assassination of Dr. King in 1968, Mrs. Abernathy stood with her husband as he called for calm and nonviolence to replace the violence that erupted in the streets across America. Mrs. Abernathy worked with her husband as he led poor people of all races in the human rights movement of the Poor People's Campaign. As a result, Dr. Abernathy was instrumental in leading the Congress to establish the National Food Stamp Program and a free meal program for low-income children in public schools across America.
And whereas while marching in Belfast, Ireland, Mrs. Abernathy was shot at for her support of nonviolence. She accompanied Dr. Abernathy on nonviolent pilgrimages across America, Europe, South America, and Asia as president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference and the World Peace Council of Helsinki, Finland. Ms. Abernathy has served for 15 years on the Metropolitan Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority Board, the Fulton County Development Authority Board, and as National Sales Director in Mary Kay Cosmetics, and is the president of the Ralph David Abernathy and Juanita Jones Abernathy Foundation. Mrs. Abernathy is truly a human rights pioneer and an inspiration to young people all over the world for generations to come.
Therefore, by virtue of this citation, the Council of the City of Philadelphia does hereby honor and recognize Ms. Juanita Jones Abernathy as a civil and human rights pioneer and legend. We commend Ms. Abernathy for all that she does and has done for the civil and human rights of the citizens of our country, and extend to her the sincere respect and admiration of this legislative body, and say congratulations.
And at this time, the chair recognizes Mrs. Abernathy for remarks.
Good morning.
Morning.
Mayor Kenny, in his absence, President Clark, Councilwoman Blackwell, and Minister Muhammad of the NAACP, and all of the other members of the Council of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to receive this honor and recognition, and I am so pleased to see so many people of color in your council, which means you are concerned and you have representation from all races, and that is a good thing, because we are the people. And there was a time everybody criticizes the man who didn't pledge allegiance to the flag the other day, who didn't stand up. And I said to some people, I understand it clearly. When I taught school 100 years ago, the students always pledged allegiance every morning. And my principal said to me, I understand you do not pledge allegiance. And I said, no, I do not. And he said, why? I'm not going to call his name. I said, Mister, I'm not going to cross my heart and tell a lie. It says, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And there is no justice for me. So I cannot tell a lie. I respect the flag, but it is not justice for me. And until it becomes justice for me, it says justice for all, and I'm a part of that all. So I still do not pledge allegiance to the flag, because America is still not what she should be. And that's what our young people are understanding. I'm from down south, and you are up south. So it's the same principle all over these United States. And none of us are free until all of us are free. And I truly thank you for this recognition and citation. I hope I have included everybody. in thanking you, but it's been a long journey from Montgomery until today. And we are still in need of people to stand up for justice and equality in these United States and in the halls of Congress. Because all over the world they talk about us in America, and I'm very prejudiced toward my country. I was in Switzerland recently and Germany, and they were talking about America this and America that. I said, well, I don't discuss the ills of your country. I respect that because I'm in your country. And I don't appreciate your talking about my country. America is not an infallible country, and neither is yours. And I love America with all of her mess. One thing about it, we have the right to protest if we don't like it. And there are very few municipalities in this world where that can be done. And I thank you, City of Philadelphia, and I'm so proud to be an American. I wouldn't be any other country representative. May God continue to bless you, and thanks for this citation. I know I don't look that old, but I've been on the road since 1955, and I'm no ways tired. Come too far from where we started, but we have so much, much more to do. God bless you.
Councilman Davies.